Yes. Yes. All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? How's it going? Yeah, it's a wonderful day today. It's 72 degrees with a slight breeze, and I'm out and about on another walk with purpose. Episode number 724. Wow, we're getting ever so close to that 1,000th episode, 1,000 episodes. You know, I'm thinking that at this rate, I'm probably going to hit 1,000 episodes probably sometime during the first quarter of 2025. I'm surprised. But when you walk as much as I do, the walks just rack up. And why not do a walk with purpose stream? Anyone can do what I do. This is not that difficult to do. It's not that difficult at all. I've got another great show for you folks here today. Today's show is going to be story time. It's story time here today. I've got a great story to share with you folks, and you're not going to want to miss this because I'll tell you, this story here changed my life, and it can change your life as well. I learned so much from this story, and this is a personal story. This is a personal story, my personal story regarding this particular situation. And we're going to get to that in just a little bit here. First of all, we're going to wait for some more people to get the notification and join us here. We're going to do some community updates at the very beginning. And today we're going to do 3 laps. Today we're going to do 3 laps because I have the time. I'm all caught up. And I just feel real good. And Dawn's at home relaxing. She's all taken care of. Lots of great things going on. So, hey, why not? Let's do all 3 laps today, okay? Let's get some more exercise. And you can never get enough exercise, right? So while we wait for some more people to pop on in, I want to mention something that I mentioned on the earlier live stream here on Coach Eli 2. In case you missed the live stream earlier, check it out, especially if you've been a part of my community for a while. It's the stream before this one. Again, if you've been a part of my community for a while, you get a lot of value out of it and a lot of understanding, okay? And Kayla, if you're around, please chat, because you seem to be missing the live streams lately. Either that, or you're choosing to not come into the live streams because you fear getting attacked. Either that, or you're actually trolling. I don't know. Cynthia, how are you doing? Good evening, Eli, says Cynthia. Good evening to you as well, Cynthia. How's it going? Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here. I hope your day is going well. GLM. I'm here to get a grip on my life. Well, I'm no longer a grip on life. One of your supposed friends, created a business named that. We don't have to talk about that big mess that he was trying to create back then. GLM, we're not here to talk about that, right? But I get it. Sometimes you got to do a little soft trolling, right? It's all good. How you doing, GLM? Don't get offended. GLM, I can soft troll you as well. But see, I'm here using my real name and showing my face, and I'm live on the air. It's all good. Those kids were looking at me. I turned around and I gave them a pretty hard stare. No need to be sorry, GLM. I'll just troll you back, but I'll troll you back showing my face and using my real name. How's that? Is that fair? Let's shake on that, okay? Hey, I'll give you a handshake in the middle of the street, okay? Let's shake on the fact that if you're going to soft troll me, I'll soft troll you with my real name and my face, and I'll do it live on the air like I am right here. Is that cool? It's all good. Come on. It's all good in the hood, GLM. Right? Like they say, ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Right? Two loked up beeps going crazy. I can't say anything remotely close to the N-word. Not even with the GA. Not even, with the GA. Definitely not with the hard R. You have to say your real name each time you troll me. Deal. Boy, that's real hard for me to show my face and use my real name, even though in the in-studio streams it says right below my actual live image, it says Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, right? Boy, that's going to be real hard to accomplish, GLM. Anyway, welcome everybody. 35 in the box, 2 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. Kayla is a little nervous. She's here. Kayla, don't be nervous. Kayla, are you on anxiety medication? Do you take any medication, anxiety, depression meds? No disrespect intended, but why are you so nervous? Why are you so nervous? I really need to make more of an effort to go clear across town to the trail because there are fewer distractions there, especially during the summer. Yes, a few. So you take anxiety meds and it's still... you still have massive anxiety? It's all good, I guess. I mean, look, Kayla, look. The story I'm going to be sharing here today during story time, I feel it's going to help you. I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here live. I was hoping you would be here live because the story I share with you here today, and everyone here today, it's a story that I've shared in the past, but it's been a while since I've shared it, and I feel now is the right time to share it again. In spite of some things that people are going through in my community, and we want to help you folks. We want to help you folks work through these things. But in order for anything that I say to make sense, and for you folks to trust and believe that I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to share examples from my own personal life when I made the same mistakes you folks are making now, right? Because I'm not perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes. And I still make mistakes, but I've learned from those mistakes, right? That's not nice, Eli? What do you mean, what's not nice? What are you talking about, Sandra? What did I say that's not nice? What did I say that's not nice? I don't even know what I said that was wrong. I don't blame you, Kayla. Maybe you heard me say that out of context. It's all good. Let me see here. GLM. She does the 420 medicated by the local dealer, right? Well, you can get it in the legal market, GLM. I'm sure you go to the legal dispensaries to get your 420, right? Anyway, before we get into story time here, I first want to mention something I mentioned in the previous stream. Don and I are going to be doing a live stream, Driving with Purpose, on the way to her parents' place. It's going to start sometime between like 10:30 and 11 a.m. Maybe a little sooner. Let's just say sometime between 10 and 11 a.m. Pacific time. 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern time, sometime around there, this Saturday, on the way to her parents' place. Now, the stream is going to be publicly viewable, but Don and I decided that we're going to make it a members-only live chat because we want to minimize trolling. And it's harder to moderate things from the road. So, and I don't want Dawn sitting there having to moderate, on her phone and stuff. I want her to just relax, enjoy the show. Dawn might take a little bit of a nap along the way, and I might go solo for a while. So, I want to be able to moderate the chat. So, what that means is, if you're a moderator, but you're not a member, you're going to be free. When it comes to members-only live chats on publicly viewable live streams, moderators are automatically free. Now, if you already have a channel membership, any channel membership, and you're not a moderator, you can watch this. Or actually, you can. Anyone can watch it. You can chat, right? Now, some of you are mods, and you're also channel members because you need a $4.99 channel membership to be able to watch the members-only live streams when Don and I do streams that are only viewable for members, as well as only members being able to chat. So, if you're not a moderator and you're not a member, you'll need at least a $2.99 channel membership to be able to chat during this members-only live chat. Now, if you're going to get the $2.99, might as well go for the $4.99 if you want to support us, because Don and I are going to start doing members-only live streams again next week once we get back from her parents' place. It won't be probably until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, but we'll probably do 2 of them next week. All right? Now, for those of you that are not moderators or channel members, you'll be able to super chat. So if you're a troll and you don't want to buy a membership to be able to chat, you can send a super chat, and we'll take your money, even if it's only for $1 or 99 cents, which is the smallest super chat you can send. We'll take your 99 cents or $1, and then we'll ban you. So if you want to troll, it's going to cost you 99 cents or $1 minimum. It's all good in the hood, right? It's all good in the hood. So yeah, we're going to be doing the Driving with Purpose. And that'll be a free-for-all. We're just going to talk about anything and everything. And we're going to show you the drive on the way from, we're going to drop off the dogs first at the pet hotel. And then we're going to go live, like right when we're about to get on the freeway. So that is that. Let me get into the shade over here, and I'll check out the chat, and then we'll get into story time. We're going to get into story time. Let's see here. Kayla says, I honestly can't afford it. No joke, but I'm okay with that. Well, Kayla, you can watch the stream. Now, here's the thing, Kayla. I'm not upset that you can't afford a membership, but if you can't afford $2.99 or $4.99, disposable, then you must be in a pretty bad situation. I say that respectfully. And I mean, that probably would further explain some of your behaviors out here. And I really want to help you. Don and I really want to help you. But I think after this show, because my story time today is probably going to make a lot of sense regarding what you're going through. And if this doesn't start to nudge you in the right direction, the only other thing is we could talk one-on-one, you, Don, and I, on the phone. Are you willing to talk on the phone? No charge, free of charge. Because if you come and tell me that you're not willing to talk on the phone, that means maybe you're not who you say you are. Maybe then you are trolling. If you're willing to talk on the phone, then we'll know you're real. And we'll help you. And we'll keep you confidential. If you're really here for the right reasons and you need help, we're willing to help you free of charge. Because if you've been through similar things that Dawn's been through, we totally get what you're going through. Eli, respectfully, if you want to help Kayla do it behind the scenes. I'm not going to talk about anything privately on here, Sandra. I'm going to share story time. My story. And my story is going to help her and other people in a general, broad-based way. So I don't know, what the problem is with what I'm doing here right now. We're friends. I don't understand what the problem is. We're not going to get into anything personal, if that's what you're thinking. People think they know me so well. I mean, Sandra does know me well, and I respect Sandra, but I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't want anyone talking about my stuff on the stream. She may not be okay with that. I'm not going to talk about anything personal. I think, in general, she's going through some things that everyone's going through out here, Sandra. But in order to really assess the situation, we got to talk behind the scenes and then keep that stuff private. But there's a broad-based level of issues that everyone is going through where we can all benefit through, talking about certain things publicly. And I can't run a business out here if I don't at least give some of my stuff away for free so people know what I'm all about. I mean, I think you know that. Don't worry, Sandra. This is not going to get too personal or too private to where it's going to affect someone. I promise you. Sandra Palacio, very true. I will, Eli, but I do not want to waste your time. Waste in that context is W-A-S-T-E. W-A-I-S-T is like the waste around, your body. like where your belt goes or your pants go. Anyway, you're not wasting my time. Why would you say you're wasting my time, Kayla? Here's the thing. You're not making any sense, which leads people to believe you're trolling. So, if you're not willing to talk behind the scenes and us genuinely help you, I'm a legitimate person with a legitimate business. The GNA now is an LLC, limited liability company. You could look me up. Go to my website, coacheli.melas.com. I'm here to help people. What I'm not here to do is feed into trolls and get played. And I'm not saying you're trying to do that, but if you're very vague and not willing to accept help, then you coming around here doing what you're doing is trolling. So, Kayla, let me ask you a question here. Would you be willing to get on a phone call with my girlfriend Dawn and I? A private phone call. None of that will ever go public. And share with us what's going on. We can help you. Because if not, and we're willing to offer you our time and services for free. Because you know what? We understand some people can't afford it, right? And let me tell you something. You know, money's pretty tight for me right now too. Yes, I'm probably in a better position than you're in, but it's still pretty tight. So we get it. So we're willing to offer you our services and time for free. If you're willing to accept it. And if not, then I have to question what you're doing publicly online, because there's no one else out here that's going to offer you this for free, Kayla. This is a gift. And don't listen to the other people from the past that we no longer talk about that say I can't help people, or Dawn and I can't help people. We certainly can. And we want to. Kayla, I'm about to ban you again because you're not answering my question. Your emails are very long, and I don't have time to respond to long emails. I can talk with you on the phone for 20 or 30 minutes and get a lot further on the phone than we would going back and forth through emails. So I'm going to ask you one more time, Kayla. Are you open to a phone call free of charge, or are you not? Seriously. Yes or no? I asked you a question. Last chance, Kayla.
Are you live?
No.
Are you live?
Nope. All these people ask me, little kids ask me, are you live? Nope. I'm just vlogging. I'm vlogging pre-recorded. No. I don't want to talk with you on the phone solely for the fact that you're saying it would prove to me that you're not a troll. We want to help you. You understand that? You're coming out here, you're saying you're going through a lot of things. You're going through a lot of things. And you're acting very erratic all over YouTube. And people are thinking there's something wrong with you. And people are thinking you're attacking people, right? And I want to get to the bottom of this and help you out. And so does Don. We want to help you. That's what we do. And we're willing to help you free of charge. And if you want to accept our help, do it because You want our help and you need the help, not to try to prove to me that you're not a troll. Forget about that. You gotta want to do this for the right reasons, Kayla, to get to better yourself. That's it. Kayla, don't push the issue here. Don't push the issue. You're a big antagonizer, Kayla, and I don't like being antagonized. Because if anyone antagonizes me, I will call them out every fucking time. Dear Lord, I said yes, please don't do this. What am I doing? What am I doing, Kayla? What am I doing that's affecting you besides offering you free help that could potentially change your life for the better? You tell me, what am I doing that's not good? Now you let me know behind the scenes. Do not send me a long ass 20 paragraph email. Send me a short email. Let me know. When you're around to talk, it'll have to be sometime next week. This weekend, Don and I are busy between now and probably Monday or so. So anytime on Tuesday or anytime after Tuesday would be fine. I'm not badgering her, Sandra. She's pushing the buttons. She's being antagonistic. I'm not badgering anyone. People are not going to be able to change if we pussyfoot around the situation. We can't coddle people that need help, because the reason why they're in the position they're in is because everyone's been coddling them. You understand that? I'm not trying to badger anyone. We want to help people that want help. And if they don't want the help, then stop wasting our time and stop spamming our chat. Bottom line. Nothing wrong with that. I got to move over here because that dog might be out. Sandra, I'm not badgering anyone at all. You know the type of person I am. But I'm not gonna kiss someone's ass that's going through issues, because enough people have already done that, right? You can't push your help. I'm not trying to push my help on anyone. She's coming here, Sandra. She came here for help. She came here for help. We removed her, and then she emailed me to unban her because she wants our help. She sent me long ass emails. I don't have time to respond because it's just too much. People here yesterday were calling her out that she's going around all over YouTube threatening people, and I believe these people because they're reputable people. So I want to get to the bottom of this and help the woman out before something crazy happens. That's all. That's it. Yeah, no worries. We're good, okay? Hi, Tia. How you doing? Welcome to the show. We got 48 in the box. 6 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. We're doing live life coaching right now, but I'm going to get to my story time here, okay? I want to get to story time. In the meantime, please ask any questions in the chat, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. I can read the chat just fine. What am I missing? At Eli, unless you know something that is not clear to your chatters, what are you talking about? I'm not yelling at you, Kayla. That's my passion. Kayla, here's the problem. If you're that traumatized to where you think my passion is yelling, then I don't think anything I could do is going to help you. You can't sit there and play the eternal victim. You got to start to own up to your own issues. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, how am I a part of my own problems? Because you're not doing that. Do you understand that? And I'm going to share a story here where I had to do that. I had to do that. I had to face my own demons. The problem is you haven't faced your own demons, right? No one can help you unless you're able to face your own demons first. Then we can work with that and help you, overcome this quicker, right? By supporting you, right? But we need something to work with. You got to give us something to work with. And this coddling BS is not going to help anyone. I'm going to wait for these people to pass on by. Oh, they're turning in. They're going into the senior center over there. I wonder why they're delaying building the state-of-the-art senior center. Maybe they put it off for a while. Show me passion over the phone. I'm really. Why are you embarrassed? If you're embarrassed, then you know what? Here's the thing, Kayla. If you're embarrassed because someone's calling you out to try to help you, then maybe participating on these or within these live stream chats on YouTube is not a healthy thing for you. If you're embarrassed or shy, or if these chats traumatize you or whatever, you gotta figure out what makes you feel safe and comfortable. Because there's nothing embarrassing about what we're talking about. Well, I could read all my comments, and I understand that. And if you feel if a life coach talked with you this way, then you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't want to deal with me, then that's fine. You can leave if you want. This is my style. I come from the school of hard knocks, and I don't deal with BS. I'm not here to coddle any more people on this planet than we already have. You own up to your faults, you accept responsibilities, and you become a better person. That's the best life coaching anyone can give you, not coddle you to further enable your piss poor behavior. How is Patty doing? I was going to get to that. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. I didn't plan on talking about Patty. Other people are doing updates. But I will. That's fine. I have a small update. She's doing fine. I think she's still in the hospital. She left me a message this morning. And that's all, with not much information, but she says she's doing fine. She's recovering. I understand Patty's important. I'm not trying to discredit Patty. I'm here running my show and trying to help someone that needs help. Patty's home now. Great. Thank you, Tia. Appreciate that. I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. The only way that people learn responsibility is to hold people accountable, and when they make mistakes, you got to call them out. And that's up to the way your parents decide to raise you as a little kid. When you make mistakes, they punish you. They hold you accountable. They give you a little spanking on the tushy, right? Nowadays, you can't even spank your kids. You go to jail. And that's why we have so many fucking entitled people in this world, because we can't even discipline our kids to teach them responsibility and to show them that there are repercussions for your actions. And then you ladies are coming here and telling me that if you are approaching me in that way, no disrespect, Miss Breezy, I like you all. But you guys are coming here and telling me that, if a life coach talked to me this way, what other way should I talk to you? Should I kiss your ass and further enable your piss poor behavior? And then I just charge you money and give you the opposite advice so you keep failing, so I keep making money off you? I'm not that kind of person. I want to solve your issues as quickly as possible and take the least amount of your money as possible. I want to be fair with you all. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, she really was worried about her dogs. The doctors thought it was causing more anxiety. She is a fighter. Of course she is. Lap number 2, folks. Listen, I love all of you here in the chat. Whether you're a man or a woman, Regardless of who you are, I love all of you. I want everyone to have a happy, healthy, successful life. But that's not going to happen if people don't hold you accountable. Give me a second here. I'm looking at the scoreboard here for this baseball game. And it says 66 to 36. Oh, that's the player at bat. Oh, there it is. It's 2-1. They're putting the number of the player on the scoreboard. I thought the score was like 66 to 31. I'm like, that's a pretty high scoring baseball game. That's practically not possible. But it was the player number that they put on the scoreboard too. Oh man. We've got 56 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm gonna get into story time here, and it's only gonna take me less than one lap to get into this story. I've shared it before. I know, Miss Breezy, that's a pretty high scoring baseball game. No. Not every Little League scoreboard has a slot to put the jersey number of the player. So that scoreboard wasn't like that when I was playing Little League 40 years ago. We didn't even have a scoreboard up there. Like now they got these digital scoreboards up there that are like top notch. I'm like, whoa, man. We had the manual scoreboards where you have to, change it with the number, right? Change it with your bare hands. Nowadays, you just touch the button, right? AZ Prod, are you saying that's fancy where they put the number of the player for a Little League field, huh? Are you saying for a Little League field, it's a fancy scoreboard, right? Well, what do you expect in the Bay Area, right? Everything's fancy here, right? Glad the baseball calmed you down somewhat, Eli. Well, I got a lot more, so I mean, the baseball. I'm a fairly calm guy. I'm just very passionate about what I do. I believe in myself and I believe in people. And look, there's enough coddling in this world, and I've personally seen enough of it and had enough of it myself. There's enough coddling. We got to get down to business and help people get better. That's the bottom line. The only way people are going to get better is if we hold them accountable. That's it. We have to hold, first of all, our own individual selves accountable, and then we got to hold other people we care for accountable, right? Let me see here. Let me see here. So yeah, when did Patty get home? Tia, how long ago did Patty get home? Was it over the last few hours? Because I checked my email right before I went live about 45 minutes ago almost, and I hadn't heard back from her. I left her. She left me a short voice message, and I left her like a 4-minute voice message earlier this morning, and I had not heard back from her. So glad to hear she's doing fine. Oh, this morning she was released? Okay. Yeah, I really hope they figure out what's going on with her, because she has a big heart and soul. She's a very good human being. Very good human being, very good soul. And that's rare nowadays, you know. If you guys, um, for you guys that know, and for you guys and gals that know Patty, you know, Dawn's heart and soul is very similar to Patty's and mine, too. So that gives you a good idea of why I'm with Dawn, because she's very similar to Patty, and Patty's a good person, a good human being. Patty's the kind of human being that would give up her life to save someone else's. Not a lot of people would do that. Dawn's the same way, and so am I. That's how we are. You know, we are selfless people. The opposite of selfish. We are selfless people. All right, lap number 2. So let's get into story time, okay? So when I was younger, when I was in my teenage years, and even stemming through my early 20s, probably all the way up until my mid 20s, I did not have really much self-love for myself. I mean, I tried to be a happy person. I was fairly happy, but I didn't realize how miserable I was deep within. Because I always wanted to be better than everyone. And when anyone back in those days, my teenage years and throughout my early to mid 20s, whenever I perceived anyone to be better than me in anything, like I would call them out and I would try to attack them to make them, you know, to make it seem like, you know, they're not as worthy, to try to make myself appear better, right? And that's why nowadays I call people out that have that same behavior I used to have, because it was really shitty, piss poor behavior. And looking back at the way I behaved back in those days, I'm really ashamed of myself for behaving that way. Nothing wrong with being ashamed of yourself. That was, you know, rightfully something to feel ashamed of. So I always felt the need to one up all my friends, my brother, my family. I always felt like I had to be better than everyone, or I just wasn't good enough. Now, mind you, I've always had a great upbringing. I've always lived out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Been out here in Redwood City, 13 feet above sea level. Can't get any better breathable air, right? Not too hot, not too cold. Great environment, safe area, right? I've always had shelter. I've never had to worry about not having any food on my table. I had 2 great parents, and I still have one of them around. God rest my father's soul. But I had 2 great parents, and I had a great upbringing. I went to private school. I had everything. I had everything anyone would dream of having. I had everything. But I was miserable. But I was trying to play it off like I wasn't. I was miserable. I didn't love myself. I came off like I did. I tried to pretend like I did. But I just couldn't stand anyone being better at me at anything. Are you listening, Kayla? Because let me tell you something. I'm not perfect. I made lots of mistakes. And here's where my passion comes from, to try to help people, because I've made these mistakes. And if I'm going to help people correct these mistakes, I'm going to share my stories. And they're not stories that are they're not stories I'm too proud of, but I share them because I want you folks to know where my passion stems from. I'm looking to see if there are any relevant messages, and there aren't. So that's fine. No worries. So when I got to high school, in grammar school, I had the same issue, right? When I got to high school, I started to grow up and mature a little more, but I still had not worked through this issue I was going through, where I just felt I needed to be better than everyone. I needed to have the hottest girlfriend, right? I just needed to have the best clothes. I needed to have the best everything. And I couldn't realize why I felt the need to be better than everyone and have the best everything in order to feel happy about myself. And I can look back now and realize the issue started within me. I didn't have any self-love for myself. I hated the person I was. Now, I was never like suicidal or anything. I never had any thoughts like that, but I was just miserable deep within. And I was trying to hide it because I was trying to play it off and overcompensate my misery by acting overly happy and trying to kick other people down that were actually happy and had more than I had. I did that because I was jealous of them. I was jealous that I didn't have what they have. Wow, Eli, what's the more specific, Sandra? I've shared this story before. Maybe I'm emphasizing more details this time around, but this is how I felt about myself. I'm blessed, had amazing parents, missed them every single day. Miss Brazy, that's great. I'm really liking your commentary, Miss Brazy, if I'm pronouncing your name properly. I appreciate your comments earlier in the comments section of the videos or postings. I can't remember if it was a video or a posting, but thank you. But yeah, more specific, keep scrolling, Eli. I'm totally listening. Keep scrolling back. Me too, Eli. My upbringing was fantastic and I was a good kid. So what happened, Kayla? If you had a great upbringing and you were a good kid, what happened? Like, can you even share a small bit of it, publicly so we can help people? And we'll talk more privately. Were you married and went through a divorce? Did your family lose everything? Was your family not really well-to-do for the most part? Or were they living paycheck to paycheck? Or, I don't understand. If you had such a great upbringing and you had great parents, what happened? Was it over a man? Where's the turning point? Where's the trauma stemming from? Eli, go on with your story. At Smiley, you mean a cockroach? Okay. I was blessed with parents as blues girl who gave everything from education to thank them daily. Yeah, my mom and dad did the same thing. My mom and dad spent a lot of money on private school for my brother and I. And I got to tell you, I took it for granted. I wanted to go to public school. I took it for granted back then, but I'm very grateful and thankful regarding what my mom and dad did for me. I've just taken so many things for granted in my life, and that's where the passion stems from, to help other people that I can see going through the same things I've been through. And I can see you folks taking things for granted or not accepting responsibility for your actions that could turn your life around for the better. All my passion stems from my mistakes. I've made lots of mistakes. I've never said I was perfect. I don't think anyone that's perfect should be a life coach. Life coaches should be the most imperfect people in the world because we've learned from all our mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn from your mistakes, and the more you can teach people and help people. Right? There's no such thing as a perfect life coach. No such thing. Because it wouldn't work. You'd have no experience to help people, even therapists and psychologists. You can go to college, get a degree, but if you have no experience, that piece of paper and license isn't going to do shit if you have no experience. You got to go through things and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes to be able to help people. That's how it works. No one's perfect, says Miss Brazy. So were you cocky towards others? No, I was never cocky, Tia. I was never a cocky person. But I was just a very jealous person of anyone that was better than me, especially my guy friends. I wanted to have the hottest girlfriend. You know, I wanted to be, you know, in the spotlight. I wanted to be the one that everyone was talking about back then. And my friend Brett was the one everyone was talking about back then. He had a hot girlfriend. I had a good-looking girlfriend too, don't get me wrong. My girlfriend was good-looking too. But, you know, he was a football star in high school, and everybody knew him, and he was just a really popular dude, right? And I wanted to be like him, but I couldn't be like him because I didn't play football in high school. I wasn't the biggest guy in the world. He was a bigger dude. The thing I'm trying to mention here with story time is I always, in the past, in my younger days, I always compared myself to other people. I would always compare myself to other people, and if that comparison was in their favor, it would really bring me down. And when I would hang out with these friends, you know, I just wasn't a fun guy to be around at times. Sometimes we would play poker with the guys, and if I would lose, I would throw a tantrum. I hated losing. I'm not saying I was a bad guy. I was never a bad guy. It's just that I was miserable deep within. I was more so worried about what my friends had and how much better they were than me than than working on myself and, you know, just becoming the best version of myself that I could be. You understand? My focus was in the wrong direction. So if anyone has ever wondered over the last 6 years, whether you're new here or you've been here for a while, if anyone here has ever wondered where my attitude comes from to help people, and my bullshit radar is zero. I have zero tolerance for bullshit, okay? Number one, I get that from my dad. Number two, I was the biggest bullshitter of them all. To myself, I was BSing myself. I BS'd myself so much. Where now that I've corrected that issue, I can sense BS a mile away. And it reminds me of how horrible of a person I was. So when someone comes at me in the same ways I used to behave, I can identify it rather quickly. And that's why it sounds like I'm angry, but I'm not angry, I'm passionate. I want to help you. But me pussyfooting around the issue and being overly nice and coddling you isn't going to do shit. Because it didn't do shit for me. And if you're going to say, hey, you gotta hold men and women accountable differently because women have more fragile emotions. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When it comes to holding people accountable between men and women for the same issues, you got to look at both men and women equal. So that's my story time there. Yes, there's a little bit more to the story, and there were lots of instances where I reacted or overreacted, or it was very apparent that I was just jealous of what my friends had and I didn't have. My friend Brett was making very good money at a young age. And I was working, but I wasn't making nearly the amount of money he was making. I was jealous of that. So what happened? In my early 20s, when I started working for Costco, and I started making more money than my friend Brett. And at that point, I felt like the man. I felt like, wow, I'm making more money than Brett. I'm doing something better than him for once. I'm a cool dude. And now I look back and I'm like, I was a fucking loser. I was an immature, insecure, miserable fucking clown. I was. So when I call people miserable clowns, like Pedro Santiago does as well, it's because I've been a miserable clown. And I'm sure whether Pedro admits it or not, he's been a miserable clown too. Let's see what good old Kayla says there in the chat. Thank you, ladies, and thank you for not being like the others. You have no idea what that means to me. Kayla says, have you ever been in therapy? One time when I was younger, and I got nothing out of it because my psychologist kept asking me questions but never answered any of my questions or never gave me the advice. He just listened. What I've done, Kayla, is I've done the work on my own through personal development. Like what I teach here is what I've learned from people like Tony Robbins, Coach Corey Wayne, Coach Dan Bacon, Zig Ziglar, a lot of these famous personal development authors and video creators. And I'll tell you what really turned my life around was the movie The Secret. And I believe it's still playing free out here on YouTube. If you want me to share the movie The Secret on the community wall, I'll do that later tonight at some point. Because I'm telling you folks, if everyone watches the movie The Secret, and don't only watch it one time, you got to watch it like 5 or 10 times. Because it won't make sense till you watch it multiple times. The secret is you. And the secret is how you see yourself is how everyone else in the rest of the world is going to see you. I keep saying that, but it's the truth. And the way I saw myself when I was younger in these stories I'm telling you was not good. I was miserable. I was unhappy. I was a miserable effing clown. So if I was miserable deep within, how do you think I was coming out to my friends? And now I don't want to be around people like that. So I'm like wondering, how in the world did my own friends tolerate this crappy behavior of mine that I can't tolerate 1 second of from people nowadays that behave the same way I used to? I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe how poor my behavior was, how ridiculous it was. I'm ashamed of myself for that. I am. Yeah, it's the truth. I'd like to check it out. Okay, yeah, I'll put it out there, bro. I think it's still free on YouTube. If not, I'll let you folks know how you can view it, okay? Because it's something that everyone should watch. Because it's basically a bunch of famous authors that some of them are not alive anymore, but most of them are. It was a bunch of famous personal development authors that have written books on the law of attraction, right? And stuff like that, right? And manifesting like your future, right? And every one of them said the same thing in different words. The secret is you. What people say, what is the secret to success? The secret is you. The secret is you, and how you see yourself is how everyone else is going to see you, right? Just think about that. When I watched that movie for the first time, I think I was 33 or 34 years old. That was just 16, 17 years ago, right? And I'm 50 now, right? In my early 30s, I was starting to get better, and I learned to love myself more in my early 30s, but until I saw the movie The Secret, I still hadn't reached a level of completely loving who I am no matter what, right? And after I saw that movie like 10 times, because a friend of mine told me, watch it like 10 times, dude. You're not going to get it the first time. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this shit. I was saying the same things that you folks are saying. I can't blame you folks for hating life coaches and stuff like that or thinking that the industry's phony. I'm being real with you folks. I cannot blame you for that. But all I can do is come here and say, hey, I used to feel the same way. When I finally started to listen and I gave it a chance, it changed my life. And it can change yours too. How you see yourself is how everyone else and the rest of the world is going to see you. Okay, I'm going to wait because this car may be turning here. Nope, they're turning right. Nope, they're making a 3-point turn. Okay. All right. Kayla, no, it wasn't with JD. Who's JD? Hakuna Matata. The Secret is fantastic, and Louise Hay was an amazing inspirational speaker. Oh, you saw The Secret? That's a great, great movie. It's a great, great movie. One of the best personal development movies I've ever seen in my life. That movie has made me the person. Now, don't get me wrong, my mom and dad made me the person I am today, but that movie has changed my life to learn to be more understanding, to learn to have self-love deep within, no matter what anyone says or does, right? Third and final lap. I'm trying to navigate my way around here because the Little League game just ended and a lot of cars are going to be heading out, so I'm trying to get out of this area. Once I get to the other side of the park in a second here or so, then we're all good. GLM says, are you going to let Robert Reese back here? He is really exposing all of your obsessed stalkers. Nope, I'm done. I'm done. I have no desire to ever work with Robert again. I'm sorry about that, GLM. He can expose all the stalkers. He can expose everything I've already exposed a million times. I don't know how many more times we need to talk about the same thing, right? Like, I've already done that. And I'm moving on to create my actual content. I don't need to continue to rehash stuff that's done with, right? Now, we're just going to start to help people. And we got enough people here, a good audience here that's supportive, and we want to support you, and we want to start helping people get better. We don't want to backtrack. No disrespect, GLM. Listen. There are people out here on this platform that do things for genuine reasons. I'm one of them, and so is Don. There are other people that try to make it appear like they're being genuine, but the truth of the matter is they're in it for themselves. And honestly, I think Robert is just in it for himself. I've already played with Robert in the sandbox a few times, and it was all about him. And he flipped the script on me. He led me to believe that I was going to be treated fairly, and then he flipped the script. AZ Prod, are you saying 100? Yeah. AZ Prod, you know what I'm saying, right? I gave Robert many chances, and he shoved it up my you-know-what. So why in the world should I give him another chance? And I don't believe he's being sincere for a second. Yes, maybe he's sharing the story the right way, but he's doing it for his own personal gain. None of these people have offered me a dime. And ODN, I'm going to tell you one more time once again. ODN, I'm going to tell you this. I hope someone tells you about this part, right, or someone clips it. ODN, if you want to run a StreamYard and bring me on your show tomorrow at some point for half an hour, and you want to ask me questions on whether I'm in bed with those mofos on the other side, I'll answer your questions right there one-on-one. I'm not running from anything. I'm not getting paid a damn dime. I'm not in bed with them. I'm trying to be nice to everyone, including them, because I just want this to go away. And quite frankly, ODN, what you don't understand, dude, is this is clocking in and clocking out for them. This is not who these people are in real life. It's clocking in and clocking out. And I don't like what they're doing to me as a part of their clocking in and clocking out. But this is not who they really are. It's because of how they're getting paid by the sponsor. That's it. But if you want to talk about it, ODN, you set up a StreamYard and bring me on the damn StreamYard, and we'll talk about it. If not, ODN, I'm going to ask you politely to keep your mouth shut. I'm willing to have a man-to-man talk with you about it. I'm not threatening you. I like you, ODN. I don't think you're a bad guy, but you've got this one wrong. And I'm really pissed off that you think I'm in bed with those mofos. I would never get into bed with such shady people. Never. 40 in the chat, 7 thumbs up. We can do better than that. Let's show you some support. Tiff, you know what's funny? I'm glad you're here. You know what's funny, Tiffany? These people are saying that you're playing me, going and saying certain things to JB Gunner, and then coming and kissing my ass. And I'm not buying that. And here's the thing. Even if you were doing that, Tiffany, it wouldn't bother me. I don't care. Like, I don't get pissed off. I know you're not doing that, Tiff. But that's what these people are trying to put out there, right? To try to get a reaction, right? Right? Hey, Hakuna, says Tiff. How am I playing you? I told you I went on J. I know that. I know you did. Tiffany, I'm paying you a compliment, damn it. You understand that? God. What I'm saying more so is I'm laughing at how far these people will spin shit out of context just to have something to talk about. Thank you, Tiff, for the 12 thumbs up. Sandra says, I just listened to ODN's stream. I can understand why he thinks that way. ODN, I see what angle you're looking at, but think you need to look at it another way. I don't think Eli's getting anything. Let me ask you, Sandra. Are you 100% certain? I'm gonna put you on the spot. With 100% certainty, can you come out here and say that I'm not making any money from those people? I want to hear what you have to say about that. I'll put you on the spot. You put me on it earlier, I'll do that to you now. Can you say with 100% certainty that I'm not getting anything and I'm not in bed with those fools? Because I'm telling you I'm not. You can ask Tiffany. She was a part of those fools. And Tiffany would know if I was in bed with them. I've never once been in bed with them. But here's the thing, ODN. I don't have the time or the money or desire or emotional energy to sue all these people. I don't want to be in court for the rest of my life, ODN, fighting this shit. So I'm fighting it YouTube style. No way are you in bed with him. Even Tiffany's saying it. Do you guys realize I respect Tiffany, and I've always had respect for you, Tiff, but I think when you were a part of the other group, you were forced to come at me. Tiffany used to come at me hard. And I used to say back then, I was just dating Dawn, starting to date Dawn back then. I was like, who the fuck's this Tiffany chick? What have I done to her? I haven't done shit to Tiffany. But she's coming at me hard. You came at me hard, Tiff. And I was like, shit, damn. Right? But then I realized it was all an act. Right? And after she left, I started to follow her content. And I had a lot of respect. And I still do have a lot of respect for you. I do. And that's why she can come out here and say, I'm not in bed with these people, ODN. But I'm going to say this, bro. You want to set up a StreamYard? I'll come on your panel. And we can talk for as long as it takes, bro. I'll answer all your questions. There's nothing, dude. All those pictures of me are superimposed. I've never sent one woman any privates at all. All that's garbage. It's all garbage. Hogwash. But I want to satisfy you, ODN. I've known you for 5-6 years almost. I feel we've been friends long enough, and you've gone to bat for me enough to the point of where I want to satisfy that you understand. I am not in bed with these people, dude. I'm not. Well, a particular group we're no longer talking about put out a nude picture of me with someone else's nude body superimposing my face on it. I could tell you this, I've never ever sent any nudes to anyone. I would never do that. That's the dumbest thing you can do. That's the most insecure, immature thing any man or woman can do. No disrespect to anyone here that's done that. I'm sure many of you have. I just think it's an immature, dumb thing. Looking for validation on the internet, sending your goods to people that are on YouTube, seeking validation? Tiff, I'm not going to go there with you, okay? I'm not. Got a lot of love for you, so does Don. So let's not, Tiff, listen, everyone's made mistakes, okay? That's just one mistake, thankfully, I haven't made, because then they'd weaponize that against me too, right? Tiff's like, oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep that out of our conversations, Tiff. I know you're not saying anything, Tiffany, because I've heard all the stories, and I don't care. I'm not judgmental on that. Everyone makes mistakes. What I'm saying is that that doesn't define you as the person you are. And a lot of people are saying that you're playing me when I know you're not. Because here's the thing. Even if Tiffany was playing me, I wouldn't care. I've learned to just play right along, but I know you're not playing me. And she would know, ODN, if I was on the payroll, ODN, Tiff would know, and she wouldn't put up with it. Tiffany is one that's not going to lie or white knight for anyone that doesn't deserve it. She doesn't white knight for just anyone. And I'm not trying to say you're white knighting for me, Tiff, but you're not going to stand up for anyone that you feel is full of shit. You're not. You're absolutely not. You're not. So ODN, love you like a brother, dude. I don't have any problems with you, but if you're going to continue to not believe me that I'm not in bed with these people, we can have a one-on-one conversation live. Now, I would talk with you behind the scenes regarding it, but you'll record it and put it publicly anyway, so let's just do it live on your channel. Whenever you want, bro. If you want to do it before dawn, then I go away. It'll have to be tomorrow, like late morning or early afternoon. If not, it'll have to be like next week. Tiffany is not the one playing you. I think others are. No, I know Tiffany's not playing me, Blues Girl. And I know ODN's not playing me, but ODN thinks that I'm playing everybody. He's looking at my facial expressions thinking that when I'm saying one thing, I mean another. No, dude, you can't psychoanalyze me that deeply, dude. Jesus Christ, man. I'm 100% authentic out here. This is all real, man. This is not staged on my end. I ain't getting paid shit from anyone besides what I make here. You know what I've learned? Paranoid people are typically guilty. I don't understand what you mean by that, Tiff. You don't think I'm coming off paranoid, or are you talking about ODN? Do you think ODN is coming off paranoid? I mean, that could be a possibility. No disrespect, ODN. I'd like to resolve this like two grown gentlemen, respectfully. I want to satisfy you, ODN, once and for all. Because I like to listen to your content. I respect you. I've known you for a while, and I'm tired of hearing this shit that I know is not true. So let's resolve it once and for all, brother. Seriously, dude. Respectfully, maturely, professionally, peacefully, right? Tiff says, hey, Kayla, never got an email from you. Hope to hear from you. I think that she wanted me to connect you to, Tiff. I have not had a chance to. I've been super swamped. I'm getting ready for going out of town to see Dawn's parents on Saturday. I had to book a hotel for the dogs today and take care of other things. I had to do a stream to address RJ, who's just, God, just man. God, man. It's just been quite a lot. It's been quite a lot lately. Kayla, I'd love to be in bed with anyone at this point. It's been about 4. Kayla, see, you coming. Oh, my God. Well, that says a lot. You're going to get Tiffany to laugh at you, too, because Tiffany and I, behind the scenes, we've been laughing at how many women we feel have cobwebs underneath there. And Tiffany was like, I was chatting with Tiffany through some text messages about some of the BS that other people are doing out here, and we're saying, yeah, not about you, but some other woman. We're like, that woman hasn't been laid in a year, and she's probably got some cobwebs under there, Well, so Kayla, here's the thing. If you miss being with a man, why don't you get with a man? I mean, what's preventing you from getting with a man? Do you have family? Are you on the street? Is your lifestyle not that great? Like, are you unhappy with the way you look? What is going like? What is? If you haven't been, Jesus, Tiffany, I need your help. You're like the female life coach now, along with Dawn and I. Tiffany, your services are being called out. Tiffany, you are now a life coach. Because right now, with all these women and everything going on, it's becoming way too much. Way too much. I do not miss it one bit. Are you kidding me? You're going to go publicly right now and say you don't miss banging with a good dude that you're attracted to? Are you kidding me? My God. Kayla, what are you, a robot? Oh, goodness. Some people are just not promiscuous. See, that's all it takes, guys. Well, I say dust it off and find your confidence, says Tiff. Is life coaching that easy, Eli? All life coaching is sharing your experiences and listening to what other people are struggling with and sharing advice on how you turned around the same exact situation you fucked up on in the past. That's it. That's all it boils down to. That's it. Nothing less, nothing more. Right? It's about having experience at things that other people haven't experienced yet, right? That's all it boils down to. Kayla, why don't you miss it? Eli, you just announced Tiff Tiff as life coach. Yes, Tiff Tiff is now. You know what, Tiffany? Here's the thing. I have an idea for you, Tiffany. If you really, really want to piss off some people and, you know, make a statement, change your name to Life Coach Tiff Tiff. Add Life Coach in front of your name, and let's see what happens. You should do it. Because honestly, Tiffany, honestly, you have helped a lot of people. You really have. And you have a lot of experience. You do. You do. And you know what you're talking about. Oh, she changed it. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Oh, that makes my night right there, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hey, Tiffany, now that's going to make some noise, huh? Life coach Tiff Tiff. That's fantastic, man. Oh God, I can't wait to go home and tell Dawn that Dawn's gonna shit in her pants once she hears this. I'm about to shit in my pants too. Oh, that's fantastic, man. That's fantastic, man. You know. Oh man, it's really hard to keep my mouth shut because I'm really, it's just hard. It's just so hard when you just want to say something about a particular man. That's a man child, right? That's gonna look at that and say, oh God, now Tiff Tiff's a life coach too, and oh Eli's all laughing and oh man, that's fantastic, Tiffany. Tiffany, seriously, you got to keep that. Because honestly, Tiffany, here's the thing. All jokes aside, okay? Listen, it's funny. It's a funny play. But the truth of the matter is, it wouldn't be funny if there wasn't some truth to it, okay? It wouldn't be funny if there wasn't some truth to it. You've helped a lot of people, and you make a lot of sense, and you got a great radio voice. I've always said that. That's fantastic. That's exactly what you should do. And we can run some shows together sometimes just you and I. Sometimes we'll bring Dawn on as well. But that's it. Now, if you change that name, Tiffany, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to let you know that right now. Oh, that's fantastic, man. Seriously, though, how about some life coaching, Eli? What are you talking about? If you're going to come here and criticize me that there's no life coaching happening, that's what this whole stream's been about. So what are you trying to say there, Smiley? Yeah, I have great control over my bladder and my rear end. Life coach Tiff Tiff. Kayla says, Eli, there's reasons behind it. No friggin' joke. My therapist asked me kind of sort of the same friggin' question today. Well, okay, Kayla, like, are you happy with the way you look? Or do you not feel attractive? Because typically what sometimes prevents people from wanting to be intimate is they're ashamed of their body or the way they look, right? So what is it? Is it that? Eli, don't mind. Smiley, they like to challenge the narrative. That's cool, Tiff. It's not a big deal. You're right. You're right. Tiffany, in all seriousness, do you like that life coach Tiff Tiff? That's pretty cool. Give it to me straight. You like that? That's pretty cool. That's gonna make some noise. You know that, right? You know that's gonna make some noise. Which is the whole point, Tiffany. That's great branding. Great marketing and branding, or branding and marketing. We're still holding on to 40 in the box. 13 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. We're going to be going off the air very soon. We are at 85 minutes. That's an hour and 25 minutes. Yeah, tonight, I'm going to get Dawn salmon fillet, and I'm going to get myself a nice burger. We're going to eat out again tonight because I'm just so proud of my woman. She's been doing so great. And we're going to sit down and watch some Netflix or Hulu or whatever's on and spend some time together. So get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air very soon. Very soon. Let's see. I used to do some different things, Eli, volunteer-wise, that could be considered coaching. Well, Tiffany, listen. You have a gift of being able to speak. You have the gift of gab, like I do, and like Dawn does. We have the gift of gab. But also, you've experienced a lot of things in your life, and yeah, that's great. That suits you perfectly. But I also know some people are gonna get an interesting reaction from that, and that's what you want. The more reactions you get from people on YouTube, the better it is for you, right? The more exposure you get, the more your name gets out there, right? Stop what? I'm being nice. Tiff, stop please, says Kayla. About what? I'm very fair, Kayla, but what I read concerned me. Well, Kayla, people are entitled to their opinions. I mean, I'm quite concerned with it too. But that doesn't mean I don't hate you. I don't think Tiffany hates you. I think people just want to help you. But if you've said some things in other areas of YouTube that concern some people, they're gonna respond to it. And they're also going to verify that that's your actual account before they say it's you. So who is this 71? I keep hearing this 71. Who's 71? Is 71 some crazy person that people are thinking is Kayla as well? Who is this 71? What the hell? I've been hearing a lot about that, and I don't have time to look into all this stuff, man. It's just too much. Eli, I'm also entitled. What do you mean you're entitled? Entitled in what way, Kayla? You know, I'm going to wrap up by saying this because I got to get going in a few here, okay? What turned things around for me, what really turned things around for me was I took a good hard look at myself in the mirror in my late 20s and I said, you know what? I'm just not happy with who I am. And I want to be happier. So I took steps to better myself, okay? I was never really in horrible shape, but I wanted to get in better shape, and I did. And I wanted to start wearing better clothing, and I did, okay? I started to take better care of myself, because it all starts with taking care of yourself physically, which also helps you become better, mentally and emotionally, right? Because if you're not happy with how you look, you're not going to feel good about yourself mentally and emotionally. It all goes hand in hand. So you got to take care of yourself, and that's what I did. And then I started to just have a lot more tolerance for the same shit that, I used to come off, right? The way I used to come off when other people started coming off that way, I'd have a lot more tolerance and be understanding why they're coming off. But I've also tried to help those people like I'm trying to help those people here and now on YouTube through the life coaching. Smiley, you said horrible things about me based off rumors, but I've been polite. Maybe ease up a little bit. Smiley, it's 81 minus 10. Blues girl, yeah, she is where she belongs. People who think they are slick but aren't. Kayla says at Santa Palacio, I wish to goodness I could still smoke, but it makes me way too paranoid. Kayla, are you like borderline schizophrenic? Do you have like schizophrenia or something? Like, I don't understand. Like, your behavior is quite odd to me. No disrespect. I don't think you're a bad person, but your behavior is quite odd. And then you said a second ago that you're entitled. I mean, either there's just something really off, or maybe you're BPD, or maybe you're bipolar or something. Because if you're none of that, then you're trying to pull out the greatest trolling con job ever. I'm such a derp sometimes. Okay. Well, I hope you folks learned a lot from my story today. Story time. I decided to change things up for today's show. And I hope you folks, learn from my story, because I'm not perfect. I've made lots of mistakes. And I just want to help people, through the mistakes that I've made and how I corrected them. When I see other people making the same mistakes that I've made, I start to see myself through you on how I used to be. And I never want to go back to being that person. So when I see you folks behaving the way I used to, I almost take it personally, because I want to stop you from doing the same dumb shit I did. That's all it boils down to, right? Eli, I loved story time. Well, thank you, Kayla. I appreciate it. Eli, you are dedicated and well-intended. I appreciate that about you and Don. Well, Tiffany, when are we going to do a show on your channel? Tiffany, by the way, I am going to be up tonight because I got to work on something for Dawn. After Dawn's probably going to go to bed around 10 or 10:30 our time. But Tiff, I'll tell you this. If you want to go live tonight around, what time do you usually go live at night? Like 11 o'clock? If you go live, Tiffany, anytime between, like, I'd say 11 o'clock and even like 1 in the morning, I will be up. And I'd love to come on a panel with you with your new channel name, Life Coach Tiff Tiff, and then we can promote you. Yes, around 11, Eli. Well, I'll be around, Tiff. You have my number. You can text me, right? It's all good. No big deal. No big deal. It's all good. We're leaving 37 in the box, 14 thumbs up. Well, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Miss Brazy. Hug your fur babies and non-fur babies. Ciao, everyone. Smiley at Tiff Tiff. I did. I apologize. Never intended to hurt anyone. Okay, that's cool. Blues Girl says, Larry, I have a question. Life Coach Tiff Tiff says, Smiley, just that comment alone, I said it. Quit patronizing me. Yeah. I hate when people patronize me. That really, really triggers me more than anything. So if you guys want to trigger me, then patronize me like you just did Tiff, and then that'll trigger me. But I still won't let you get to me. It'll trigger me, but I'll just contain myself so you don't see my reaction and make content off of me, right? All right, folks. 95 minutes an hour and 35 minutes. We're leaving 37 in the box. 14 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out, whether you're here live or on the replay. Love you all. Make sure you go and subscribe to Life Coach Tiff. And Tiffany, if you want to share the link in the chat before we get on out of here, you can. I know the mods can go directly to your channel. You can even just search at Big Girl Mafia is the handle, or just type in Life Coach Tiff. You should be able to find it. And we may possibly go live on her channel later tonight for a little bit. I think that would be great. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. I'll change that to Life Coach Tiff. Okay. Oh, you're gonna change your handle to Life Coach. Oh, that's fantastic. Change your handle too. That's a great idea. Tiffany, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.